Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Now, I actually surprisingly really like this movie. I like it a lot better than 5 for a couple of reasons. One being, again, it's actually Jason. Jason is the one doing the killings and everything, and that is fucking cool as hell. And, also, too, this movie focuses more on Tommy. The fifth one had Tommy in it, but they didn't really, go deep into his psychosis or anything like that. In this one, he's the main focus. He tries to dig up Jason's body so he can cremate it, goes a little nuts, Jason comes back to life, and now he feels responsible and he has to stop. He knows he's fucked up, but he has to stop Jason from going on this huge killing spree. What really makes this movie different from the others is Jason is technically a zombie. So he can take gunshot after gunshot, and apparently after becoming a zombie, he got very intelligent. Now, he was intelligent to begin with, but, he's really intelligent in this one, but I kind of like that. It kind of makes him a better killer for that. But, of course, Tommy goes to the sheriff's station, tries to explain, and they did what they do in Freddy vs. Jason, where they changed the name of Crystal Lake to Forest Green or something, to try to, get rid of Jason once and for all. And he tries to tell him Jason's back, they think it's a nut job, and they throw him in jail. Now, another thing that's different is this time kids actually arrive to the camp. So there's kids involved. And even though Jason is a mass murderer, he will not kill any kids, which I think that's kind of cool. Except he will kill all the camp counselors that are supposed to be protecting the kids and leave the kids unprotected. Which, makes no sense, actually, if you think about it, So he's going to protect the kids, but no one else is allowed to. And he's actually a lot more brutal in this, rips his freaking fist completely through a guy's chest, stabs some people with a pole, does the whole classic head crushing move and everything, kills people in an RV, stabs a lot of people, he's just very creative, and like I said, he's more intelligent, where, like I said, I like that. It makes him a more efficient killer, he's more smarter, he uses his environment and everything. And while this is all going on, nobody's believing Tommy but the sheriff's daughter, who has the hots for him. But she is believing him, and she tries multiple times to help him. Tommy wants to finish this once and for all, and he thinks the only way to do it is to put Jason back where he was in the beginning, which is at the bottom of Camp Crystal Lake. So his idea is to take a boulder wrapped with a chain and take the other part of the chain and wrap it around Jason and just leave Jason there. Even though at any point he could probably come back. But for now he can't. I have to say though, the way Jason comes back to life, with Freddy there was, nifty ways because it was inside the dream world, but, I get that. One, lightning does not strike in the same place twice. 2, it only takes 2 lightning bolts and it restarts Jason's heart, which technically, realistically, that wouldn't work for anybody who's been dead in the ground for a few years. But it works for Jason and turns him into like a super zombie, to where shotgun shells, pistols, stabs, and everything just can't stop him. He is a wrecking ball in this movie. And I really like that. I think this is where, if I remember correctly, this is when I actually started watching the movies and Jason was becoming more of a ridiculous killer than in the previous ones where he was a killer, but, he also could be put down easily. This one, he takes like 3 shotgun shots, like 10 handgun bullet shots, he's stabbed. He gets himself lit on fire and everything. He just takes a lot of punishment. Now, this isn't completely a horror movie. There's some great comedy parts in it, some really funny parts in it too, some kind of ironic parts, but, some really good parts too and everything. And like I said before, I did like 5, But if 5 never happened and they just did this movie and next in it, and also too, if you wanted to, actually, you could watch 4 and immediately jump to 6 and completely nullgate 5 if you want to. You know, because it doesn't hurt the story or anything, and Jason comes right back and everything starts all over again. I am excited to see the next one, part 7, because if I remember correctly, he faces off against a girl with psychic abilities, which sounds ridiculous, but so is a guy who's been dead for a few years, who's a walking corpse, who can take punishment after punishment and not die. You know, so my final verdict on Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, is actually a 9.8 out of 10. It is almost a 10 right there. It's just got 2 little points on it. Almost a 10, you know, because it's missing some of the classic charm of some skinny dipping or people being stupid and, you know, running naked through the woods and everything. And nobody had sex. Okay? In the 5th one, somebody had sex. This one, nobody actually has sex. There's a scene where some people are going to get it on, and there's a scene where people... Sorry, wait, no. One couple did have sex, you know, and that was it. But usually there's like 2 or 3 people trying to have sex at a time or doing stupid drinking alcohol, drugs, and everything. These were actually really good teenagers, which, you know, is weird for a Friday the 13th movie. But, yeah, definitely a 9.8 out of 10. You know, it's really good, and, you know, you could, if you want, just totally skip 5. I don't recommend you skip 5. 5 was still a good one in the series. But even if you didn't watch 5, it does not fuck up the storyline whatsoever. And again, if this would have been the last Friday movie, they could have ended it here too. Even though they show you that Jason is alive in the end, it would have been a good way to end the series too. And I do like the little nod they had at the very beginning with the James Bond, where, you know, Jason walks by, slices, you know, and everything, kind of like walking by and shooting. I thought that was really well done, you know. That was great. Yeah, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I'd like to know what you guys thought of Jason Lives and everything. And go ahead and like and share this video with your friends. Maybe they agree with my opinion. And go ahead and check out my previous Friday the 13th reviews on my channel. Thanks for watching, and have a more phenomenal day.